Hi everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. In this video, we will show you how to use Volt MX low code to develop a web apps to manage your contacts. The goal is to create a My Contacts web app using low code. HCL Volt MX include Volt Foundry middleware and Volt Iris IDE. In the Volt Foundry middleware, we will create an object service using data storage to hold contacts. A contact will include a name, company, phone, email, address, and notes. In the Volt Iris IDE, we will create two forms. The first form is to list all the contacts. The second form is to show a contact details. And you can see the example of the two screens on the right. The top is the list all, and the bottom is a contact detail. Now we will create a blank Volt Iris project. You will do project, new project, select web app, and desktop as the target. The project name is My Contacts. Iris will create your project, and once it is loaded, we will switch over to design from storyboard, and you can see in the forms there is a form 1 which is blank. Now we will create a Volt Foundry object service using data storage. We will use Iris remote access to Foundry to do this. In the Data and Services tab on the far right, we will expand Project Services and hit Configure New. Under the pop-up for data storage, we will click on Create Data Tables. Volt Foundry will create an object service containing the data table and the data model. In the data model, you see there's a primary key called Custom Primary Field. We will rename that to Contact ID. That will make more sense. Make sure you save it. Now we will quickly add the contact fields, the name, the company, the phone, the email, the address, and notes. Make sure you save them. Next, in the contact ID primary key, we will make sure that it is auto-generated and the key is unique. Save your change. Then for the other fields, we'll make sure the length will be enough to handle the field. The name will be 100. Company will also be 100. The default length of 40 is enough for phone. Email will be changed to 100. For address, we'll set that to 1000. For notes, the max length will also be 1000. For each of the operations for this object service, you note that the security level is now authenticated. We will change those to public. Make sure you save each change. Just double checking that the security level has been set to public. Now we want to test, and we note that storage object must be published before we can test. So we will close the panel, use the hamburger menu, and the last option, publish. So now Volt Iris is telling Volt Foundry to publish the service. Once the service is published, you can see the operation there, and we will navigate to Volt Foundry in Iris in order to test. Navigating to the operation, we will test by clicking on send and for the get, and you see that the records are empty. Now we will use a post create to add 2 records for John Doe and Jane Doe. So providing values for each field. So when John Doe payload is correct, we'll click on send in order to test the create. And you see under the log and the response that John Doe is there. We will use the same payload for Jane Doe. Clicking on send in order to create the second contact. Now we will test again with the get and see that there are 2 records there. Next, we will use Iris low code in order to create the form to list all contacts. First, we will rename form 1 into something more meaningful. FRM list contacts. Then we will expand the operation for your data storage, and we will drag the get into the center canvas. You will see the choices between grid and details. We will pick grid. That low code action drag and drop will create a UI to display your contacts in a grid. And you will see there are too many fields there. We will use the dynamic form customize option to change the grid to only show the name, company, and phone. This will simplify your grid display. At any time, you can use project and save to save your work. Now, we will look at the action under the Action tab on Mapping Event, and you can see the low-code action script and the logic that drag and drop has created for you. So it is going to Foundry to fetch all your contacts, and it will map the 3 fields, name, company, and phone, from the service to the display widget on screen. So this action script or the logic is created for you automatically by dragging and dropping the get operation into your form. Next, we will use the same low-code drag and drop to create the second form to show 1 contact. To create the second form, we will select Forms, New Form. Form 1 will be created, and we will use the look properties to rename Form 1 into FRM Show 1 Contact. Next, we will use the low-code drag and drop from the get operation into the center canvas. And the choice will be the detail using response, because we want to show the detail of a contact. Here, Iris is saying that it can automatically map your contacts from the list screen into this screen. We will pick the yes option. And now you see the UI is automatically created to show the detailed contact. Now I will set the focus on the form in order to view the on-mapping event under Action tab. The on-mapping event will show the low-code action script, which is automatically created for you by the low-code drag and drop operation in order to fetch one contact. When we expand the update filter, you will see that this contact will have to match the previously selected contact from the list all screen in terms of the name, company, and phone, and it will display that one contact. So if the op status is 0, we can map everything we get from the service for the detailed information of that contact into the corresponding widget in the screen. At this point, you have two forms. One to list all your contacts, and the second one to show the detailed information of one contact. Now we will build. Select Build Live Preview Settings, Responsive Web as your target, and Clean Preview for the very first build. Once building is complete, we will dismiss the default debug browser. We will run your app in a real browser. Select Console and click on the link. Your app was shown in a browser with the two Jane Doe and John Doe contacts. You can select between each one to see the detailed information. And congratulations, you have built your web app from Volt MX low code. In summary, we developed My Contacts web app using HCL Volt MX low-code capability. We created an object service using data storage in Volt Foundry remotely through Volt Iris IDE. In the IDE, we used the low-code drag and drop to create two forms, one to list all contacts and the second one to show a detailed contact information. This video is part of a series. There will be more videos to add new functionalities to this web app, like create, edit, or delete contacts using Volt MX low code. I invite you to sign up for trial and to go through our lessons. Thank you for watching this video.